I am so thankful today that I know the power of an affirmation. Good morning, guys. I'm Shonda, and I inspire nations to grow. So, for those of you who always turn it on, because I absolutely love you. And for those of you who may be new, I want to welcome you guys today. And I want to invite you to the Scene community. Go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell notification so that we all can stay connected. Help me grow this positive community and raise the level of vibrational frequency on the planet. Well, listen, guys, on this thankful Thursday, I want to thank God for allowing me to understand the power of affirmation. It's the power of affirmations. And I actually want to talk about 4 areas where you can see the power of your affirmation. I want you to, first of all, number 1, I want you to understand on this thankful Thursday that an affirmation is simply a thought. A thought is an affirmation. Believe it or not, every day we speak affirmations. When we talk about how we feel about ourselves, how we feel about others, how we feel about what's going on in this world, how we feel about our job, whatever we talk about, what we're feeling, we are affirming it. So that's the number 1 thing. We tend to talk about things that are problems because our mind is set up to solve problems. So a lot of times the affirmation that constantly kicks out into our experience, it's things that need to be fixed. And in order for you to really benefit from the power of an affirmation, you really need to take your attention and you need to turn that towards talking about what you want to create or what is good in your life. Something good is going to happen to you today. I want you to type that down below. Something good is going to happen for me today. This is your affirmation for today. Something good is going to happen for me today. Number 2, affirmations are seeds that you plant in the ground. An affirmation is a seed that you plant in the ground. A thought is a seed. That's how I'm telling you that is an affirmation. We take our affirmations and we plant that in the ground. A lot of us can't get the seed in the ground because we're focusing on the wrong affirmations. We're affirming it, but we're not affirming what we know that we deserve. We're not affirming the good in our lives. And I want you to know today that number 2 for you when it comes to the power of an affirmation is that an affirmation is a seed that you plant in the ground. Number 3. Now, I want to make sure to encourage you to stay to the very, very end because number 4 is awesome, awesome, awesome. But number 3, you nurture or water your affirmation by saying them periodically throughout the day. You water your affirmations by saying them throughout the day. It's getting your mind ready to receive that seed. You water it throughout the day. If you have a conflicting thought that does show up, it happens sometimes. It's just the way that the mind is wired right now. It's okay to have a conflicting thought. I want you to know just because you have a negative thought that it's not going to stop you from manifesting good things in your life. It just, when the thoughts show up, you need to learn how to observe the thought, sit behind it, and really pay attention to how your mind works. The thought is just like a storm cell. It flows into your experience, but you don't have to act on the thought. Just let it pass. And then when that thought passes, release the thought in love. Don't suppress the thought, right? Because then you're creating weeds in your garden. You just let the thought pass, release it in love, and then you plant that affirmation in its place. Something good is going to happen for you today. I'm going to say that one more time. Something good is coming your way. I don't know what it is. I just know that something good is going to happen for you. And if y'all hadn't done it already, I want you to go ahead and click the bell and that subscribe button so that we can stay connected. Well, let's go ahead and talk about number 4. Here is the thunder behind your affirmation. I want you to use your affirmation with a positive emotion to your advantage. I want you to learn to use those emotions that God has given you in a powerful way. I want you to tap into a good emotion. I want you to use that affirmation, whether you see results right now or not. Whenever you get an emotion behind an affirmation, you get the seed into the ground. Once the seed hits the soil, it begins to germinate. See, a seed has to germinate first, then it breaks apart, and it enters into different nerves or neurotransmitters within your brain. And then it will begin to sprout, bud, blossom, and bloom. But what happens is, because we're saying affirmations throughout the day, we're affirming things throughout our day. If I was to ask you, what positive affirmation have you said today, you probably could kick out 4 or 5. But the majority of your affirmations or the things that you're saying are just things that are possibly negative or something that you don't want. And so we get frustrated and we kill the seed before it can produce. We have to understand that it is a germination process. We have to understand that that affirmation is going to break down once it germinates into the different nerves in your brain. Once it hits that nerve in your brain, okay, once it hits that nerve, it's going to distribute those thoughts and they go to work for you and the seed begins to sprout. So as you go about your day today, I want you to fall in love with the fact that you know how your mind is working. All of these years, you thought those thoughts were your thoughts. You thought those ways were your ways, but you have learned that that is something that has been pre-wired, pre-programmed, and handed down to you. What a wonderful time to be alive and know that you do, as a conscious creator, you have the power to change the way that your mind works, and you have the power to use affirmations to your advantage. To do what? To create the life that you know that you sincerely do deserve. I love you guys. Until the next video. Peace. Bye now.